What's up, party people? Steve Cook here, second edition of the Swoldier Nation Training Edition. Now, in that first episode, you saw me take my body fat. We're doing this because, like I said, I took some time off. I'm getting ready for a show upcoming about 12 to 14 weeks away. So I'm doing all these things in order to get my body ready to train. I know exactly how long, I have it mapped out. And today what we're gonna talk about is the nutrition aspect of things. And this is gonna be even more important than actually the training. You know, everyone get into the gym and train hard. That's the fun part. The hard part is preparing your meals, knowing what you can and can't eat, and then having the self-discipline to do that. I hope Christmas and New Year's was great for you guys. I hope that you were able to enjoy yourself. And now it's time to get to work. So today, like I said, we're gonna go grocery shopping. I'm gonna show you exactly how I break down my diet for the next 12 weeks for this competition. Proteins, carbs, fats, water. I'm gonna talk a little bit about sodium, nutrition timing. It's all things that, it's pretty intense. And this is all about how I get ready for a show. Now, when I'm at 3.5%, I'm not necessarily saying it's healthy. So you guys follow this and take pieces of it as you want. You can get as serious as you want. You can do a show with me at the end of it. Or if you're just trying to get in shape after the new year, setting some New Year's resolutions, this is a great way to just kind of use it as a guideline and follow. The next couple weeks, I would like people to try and track calories. Now, this isn't something that's gonna be easy, but I want people to get a baseline. And that requires some discipline. It requires using applications on your phone. I use Tap and Track personally for me. But these are things that allow you really easily just to punch in what you've ate that day. And this is gonna be crucial. Even if you're not doing a show, just doing this for a little bit kind of gets you in that mindset that, man, when you put it in or you write it down, it really, you start seeing exactly what you're eating and it becomes very apparent. And pretty soon you're like, I might not eat that Dorito if I have to put it into my calorie counter for that day. So bear with me today. It's gonna be a little science heavy. We are going to get into some training in the weeks to come. Don't think this is just about me talking. We're gonna be hitting it hard. I'm gonna be giving you my split. Right now, my split is 5 days a week. I'm hitting every body part once, every major muscle group once, and then a minor muscle group. I'm also doing cardio 2 days a week, but we're gonna get lots more in detail about those types of things. This is just a baseline for nutrition today. Let's head over and check out exactly what I eat, how I eat, nutrition timing, all that. We're gonna go to the whiteboard, do some math. Stay with me, it's worth it. It's in the classroom type stuff, but you gotta be a student. You gotta go to, you know, it's no different than anything else. If you want results, you gotta be willing to put in the time. So the gym's the fun time. You know, getting all of this out of the way now, so you can get on that plan to follow, is gonna save you so much heartache later. But that's this edition of Swoldier Nation Training Edition. Let's get started. All right, I'm about to share with you some top secret information. This Swoldier has never revealed any of this before. So this is kind of how I do my contest prep. You know, growing up I read the Bodybuilding Encyclopedia. A lot of it is taken from Arnold's, kind of his standpoint on contest prep. I've also gotten help from tons of other people out there, read up on Lane Norton stuff. Even though we're all different, there's different types of body, you know, metabolism. We all have things that are gonna be common in all of us. So this here it's gonna be some work. So grab your pencil and paper. This is kind of like a BMOC lesson for you. I'm your professor. You know, we're making it happen right now though. That might not seem like a lot of fun. It might be not, it's not in the gym, it's not working out, it's not getting dunked in the dunk tank, but these are things that you really need to concentrate on and you need to learn for yourself if you want to be successful in this. I am 14 weeks out from my show right now. That is quite a bit of time still, but I want to do this slowly because your goal whenever you diet for a show or just to be healthy is you want to do it slowly. If you do it slowly, you're guaranteeing you're going to be making it more of a lifestyle. It's not just something that you binge or you cut drastically. You cut all these calories, you lose a bunch of weight, you go into ketosis. Ketosis is where you start burning fat for energy. It's very expensive for the body. It's when you go very low or no carbohydrates. It's very tough on the body. I never use a ketosis diet to get ready for a show. I always like to do it healthy, and by doing it weeks upon weeks slowly, I guarantee that I'm retaining as much muscle as possible and I'm able to save my strength in the gym. I'm able to do it so where I'm not a complete asshole either. Because when you cut out carbs completely, it affects your mood. Carbs are there for a reason. They're protein sparing, which means if you have carbs, you don't need quite as much protein. But these are all things we're gonna be talking about. So our goal is to retain as much muscle as possible. So no ketosis diet. Let's go shopping. Grocery shopping is a tough thing to do. If you don't have a plan of attack before you go, it's very difficult to navigate and not get lost and caught up in there. Also, never go grocery shopping when you're hungry. I've done it before, and it's never a good thing. You know, so go after when you're trying to get a meal. Also, plan your meals out before you come. You know what you need for the week, so you're not just buying crazy items right and left that you don't really need in your diet. If you have junk food at home, get rid of it right now. You know, if it's not in your cupboards, if you don't have accessibility to it, the chances are you're not going to eat it. You know, it takes a lot of effort to drive to the store or drive to In-N-Out or any other kind of fast food joint and actually, you know, pay money, get in your car and go do it. So when it's at your house, when it's in your cupboard, it's so easy. So if you have it in those cupboards right now, just exit out, get rid of it. But let's go in here, let's check it out. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit interesting. We don't necessarily have a camera permit, so if we get kicked out, we're just gonna tell them we're Swoldiers and they can't do it. But my starting weight is 217 pounds. It was 220 when I got my body fat tested. I'm a little bit lower since then. I'm right around 8%. So I have 17 pounds of fat. And I know my goal is to be 3%. So if I want to be 3% on stage, I need to drop 5% body fat. 8% to 3%, we're dropping 5% of body fat. That gave me right around 11 pounds of body fat, which would put me at right around 206. But I know in the process you lose a little bit of muscle. So to be that on stage weight, or to be that on stage percentage of 3%, I'm probably gonna be right around 203 to 205 on weight. But then again, these are rough estimates. We know the mirrors is the final say on things, but this kind of gives me a good goal to shoot for. And I've never been to this grocery store before, so like I said, I'm going to be sticking primarily to the outskirts because I know that's where they put the foods that are, you know, the meats, the fresh produce. You know, you go on the inside, you get more into the sweets, the box foods. You know, I never buy anything. The less hands that have touched the food, the better. The next thing we're gonna drop some science here. So to lose 1 pound per week, you have to be at a caloric deficit. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. So if I wanna lose 1 pound, I need to be at a deficit of 3,500 calories for the week. That's 500 a day. And we're gonna go a little bit more into how you can manipulate this to make sure your metabolism doesn't slow down. You don't need to do this every day, and some days you might need to do more, but on an average, it's 500 calories per day for the week if you wanna lose 1 pound per week. You know, to get your base caloric needs, it is something you go online and find tons of calculators. We're actually putting one on my website for everyone to use, or using Arnold's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding. I know bodybuilding.com also has some great calculators that you can find out. Like I said earlier, putting in the time in anything you do in life is going to yield the most results. Whether it's your marriage, school, in the gym, your job, you have to be willing to sacrifice and make time and effort. I've been eating at my base, and through trial and error, I kind of know what it is. Right now, my base is right around 3,225 calories. Now that's very general, again, but it's something that I ate about at this for the last week, and I lost a little bit of weight, but not much. My activity level wasn't super high. I was still lifting, but nothing as strenuous as what we're gonna be doing in the next couple of weeks. So this just keeps my weight where it's at, this 3,225. If I wanna lose a pound per week, I need to be lower. So I need to drop that number, because that's per day, drop it by 500, which gets me 2,725 calories per day. And again, how I came up with this is I kind of know my body. I've done competitions before. This brings me to my next point in different body types. You know, whenever you start out training, you look at people and there's different types of bodies everywhere. You have your ectomorph, which has a hard time gaining muscle or fat, just your typical skinny guy. A lot of people in high school, you know, they're ectomorphs. They just can't put on, they're hard gainers is another way of describing it. They just have a hard time putting on weight. I mean, that was kind of me in high school. I was always a bigger kid. You know, even in high school, I was still pretty muscular because I was mostly a mesomorph, where you put on muscle pretty easy. You gotta be a little bit more worried about, quality muscle when you're a mesomorph. And then endomorph is naturally just a little bit heavy, a little bit bigger boned, those types of people. Very few people are 100% any one of these. Usually you're a mix. I'm, like I said, mostly mesomorph in there. So that's kind of how I know. If you're an ectomorph, you're gonna probably need a lot more calories in your base just because you're burning through more. If you're endo, you might need less calories. So it's something that you have to kind of manipulate and kind of find. I suggest using one of these calculators, doing it for a week, and then adjusting from that. Peppers. Love to put them in my omelets in the morning. Also great with salads. Things like peppers are going to increase your metabolism from the capsaicin in them. Really awesome just to decorate things too. Eating healthy doesn't have to mean you're eating boring. Has all the nutrition labels on the back. Really easy to track as well. High in fiber, low in things like carbohydrates, just a lot of water in these basically, but also has some good thermogenic properties as well. So definitely peppers for those omelets in the morning. A lot of people like juices. I'm not a big juice fan primarily because it's a lot of calories just in a liquid form. I like the process of digesting your food. I think that's important. And if you have a healthy digestive system, it's all good. 2,725 calories is what I'm gonna be getting. So from that, we need to talk about protein, carbs, and fats. Those are your macronutrients. Those are the things that all foods fall into those categories. Proteins, carbs, and fats. Now proteins, they're amino acids. They're crucial in muscle, for muscle building, for retaining muscle, for being catabolic. That's a term that we use when we're in a state of being able to add muscle to our bodies. Pretty much the gold standard for bodybuilders have always been about 1 pound per body weight. Now that's a lot higher than the national average or the guidelines that some people give. For me, being a mesomorph, I know that my protein requirements are right around 1.25 grams of protein per body weight. Now, a gram of protein is 4 calories. A gram of protein is 4 calories, a gram of carbohydrates 4 calories, and a gram of fat is 9 calories. That's what fat is, very, very calorically dense. So, but for this purpose, I have 1.25 grams of protein per body weight. I'm 217 pounds. That gives me anywhere between 270 and 275 grams of protein per day. That right there is 1,090 calories. People are looking, but they don't say crap. Because they know we're doing business. They look at the cart and they say, oh, that guy's a Swoldier. We're not gonna say anything to him. He's got a camera in here. We don't care. He's getting his Swoldier on. I'm not a huge fish fan. I do eat it. I like to switch it up. It's such a lean source of protein. So we're gonna do a little bit of sole fillet. I can't make eye contact with these people right now. I'll start laughing. Pretty good deal right here on beef eye round steak. Super lean cuts. You don't see a lot of marbling in this meat. Really nice lean cuts of red meat like this are huge. They have creatine, already in this red meat. I do like eating red meat about 2 or 3 times a week. As the contest maybe gets a little bit closer, I'll cut out red meat a little bit. But it's not something I necessarily restrict myself of. Just make sure that you look for ones that don't have a ton of fat on there. None of those, the ribeyes, even New York strips have quite a bit of fat. But something that's lean like this with a good deal, I'll definitely get it. When I was a kid, all I would eat is hot dogs. I'm probably gonna get a brain tumor. I don't know if you guys have heard that hot dogs cause brain tumors. If they do, I definitely am gonna get one. Anytime I went anywhere, I need a hot dog. At the gas station, they were 4 for $1. I go in there and $2, 8 hot dogs, no big deal. See, the ladies, they're mirroring my cart. They look at that and say, I bet that guy can cook. Oh, yeah, we go chicken tenders. I like the way chicken tenders cook up a little bit easier. Chicken tenders, go home and throw them on the George Foreman. Chicken tenders they cook a little bit easier. Something like chicken, you want to make sure you cook all the way through. Look at this, 26 grams of protein, no carbs, and 1.5 grams fat. That, my friends, is a lean source of protein. The next thing I am going to look at is fat. Fat's crucial for hormone production. If you don't have fats in your diet, if you don't have enough, you're gonna start feeling lack of sex drive, just low energy, Too much fat though, obviously we know what happens if you have too much fat in your diet. So fat should be right around 20% of your total calories for your diet. This is just to maintain good health. You know, fat play a crucial role in so many things in your body. So for me, 20% of my total calories of this number here is 540 calories, or if I divide that by 9, because 9 is equal, remember 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So I have 540 calories is 20% of my daily caloric intake. That equals 60 to 65 grams of fat per day. A couple avocados as well. Talk about avocados, monounsaturated fats. You know, 60 grams of fat a day. So tossing these into a salad at the end of the day. Monounsaturated fats are also, they're great for your skin. They have so many benefits. So an avocado definitely goes well with those salads, or even omelets in the morning, or even late at night with some cottage cheese and tomatoes. And the reason I'm getting into all these grams and everything is because I want you guys to count calories for the first couple weeks. I'm gonna be doing it for the next 14 weeks. You can rest assured that anyone on a cover of a magazine or anybody that steps foot on stage has done their homework, has counted calories. It's just the nature of the beast. You don't always have to do it. I don't do it in my off season. After you do this long enough, you kind of get a good idea. And at the end of the day, you know, it's more about being healthy, and you can look good, but to look great, to look show ready, to look magazine ready, you gotta be willing to put in the time and effort. I get a lot of people out there, how do I get sponsored? How do I compete? This and that. You gotta be willing to put in the time. If you're not willing to do it, it's just like any other job, any other sport. You gotta put in the effort, people. So I know you guys, if you want it bad enough, you're gonna be willing to do this. For those stay-at-home moms, people just looking to get in better shape, I really suggest doing it, counting calories just for a week or two, just so you can kind of see, oh wow, I'm eating a lot more than I should be, or I'm not eating enough. A lot of girls, you know, they don't eat breakfast. They don't eat throughout the day what they should be, and their metabolism is so much slower. So we want to keep that metabolism up by eating enough and by working out so we can fuel our workouts.